You're a falling star, you're the getaway car, you're the line in the sand when I go too far. You're the swimming pool on an August day, and you're the perfect thing to say. And you play it coy, but it's kinda cute. Oh, when you're smiling at me.
My name's James Jack, and I'm in Bacolod right now because of Lilia Villanueva, who's from here, and I've heard stories about this town for the last 15 years. I've heard about the history and the family and of both Ben and Lilia and their relatives and their beauty here and the kind of history. And I feel really lucky to be here. And I'm sharing some of my drawings. So these drawings, they're not literally coming from this place, but they're coming from a place, which is a metaphysical place. And it comes directly from the natural materials in the earth. So each one of these shapes has been drawn with this walnut ink, which is a natural material. So each one has its own kind of expression that's coming out because of that walnut ink. So these natural materials are speaking with a language. Each brush stroke here is mimicked on the wet area and the dry area. So each one has its own relationship of wet and dry. So each one has a kind of language, an abstract language, where it expresses itself through the walnut ink. If we look at this drawing too, we can see how the brush strokes start here, they move here, and then they go here. So it's this wet and dry relationship which happens in these calligraphic works that makes them hold together. If we look briefly over here, we can see these drawings deal with a lot of white space. So the emptiness is what really holds them together. Each one has its own presence. So this line is held together by all of the empty space around it. Each line has its own essence that opens up something much larger. So if we look here, we could think this could possibly be where we spend our everyday lives. Our lives are just inside of this white space. They're slowly fading, relating to the geology of the earth, the places that we've spent our life. All of these histories of how we've lived are underneath our daily life. So these are all done again with this walnut ink, and walnut ink is something that I've made by hand. Literally, each ink, each pigment has bled in its own way. The last one here, this is part of a series called Calligraphic Comparisons from 2005, 2006. And this again is the same brush stroke on a wet ground, which allows the ink to speak for itself, and a dry ground, which is the kind of more desire to express oneself with language. And it's really simple in one sense, but it's also really complicated because it speaks about something much bigger than one stroke. It speaks about our own lives and how we relate to each stroke of our own daily existence. That's just a little piece about why I use walnut ink and how I make these drawings. Thank you.
Baby, don't pretend that you don't know it's true, 'cause you can see it when I look at you. And in this crazy life, and through these crazy times, it's you.
James, we've known James since he was 18 years old, and he was a classmate of our son in college at Sarah Lawrence in upstate New York. And we've always believed in his work. We've watched him and we've seen him grow as an artist. And so when our son was visiting Bacolod, and James found out that Ben was here, he said, "I'm coming too." So I said, "Come on over and check out the art district of Bacolod." And thanks to Charlie Ko and Anne, his wife, and Gallery Orange, we arranged for this gallery talk.
I have nothing more to add. I agree 100%.
You're a falling star, you're the getaway car, you're the line in the sand when I go too far. You're the swimming pool on an August day, and you're the perfect thing to say. And you play it cold, but it's kinda cute. Oh, when you're smiling at me, you know exactly what you do. Baby, don't pretend that you don't know it's true, 'cause you can see it when I look at you. And in this crazy
we were very fortunate to have James Jack to share his art making. I was first informed by Lilia that there's this artist friends of her arriving in Bacolod. If Orange Gallery could host the artist talk, and surely enough, I would say, of course, this is a very this is what Orange is all about. It's about an opportunity to talk to share ideas from the different artists. So there's no. It was a natural answer, which was a yes. No, I think tonight is there was a very interesting talk, and it is a very inspiring to hear an artist sharing his work and his world to us. Yeah, thank you.
And what I love about James Jack's art was the fact that it got me thinking. It got me thinking about the basic depth of the simple elements of life. That sometimes we don't have to look deeper for us to understand the beauty and the appreciation of life around us. This is Chris Dumasis for Chris Unlimited. A 5.8 magnitude quake was felt by Bacolod and the other cities in Western and Central Visayas last November 14, 2012. This wasn't the first earthquake Bacolod has had for this year, and it seems like an unusual occurrence not only for our city but for all the cities all over the world. There are so many theories that are evolving as to why such calamities are happening more frequently than usual, and one of them is the Mayan prophecy that the world is ending come December 21, 2012. Who are the Mayans anyway? They were deemed as the timekeepers and supreme masters of time, for they were able to develop a sophisticated calendar system that was more accurate than the one that we are using right now. These Mayans were also experts in fields of astronomy and writing. December 21, 2012 marks the completion of the Great Mayan Cycle and is said to be the beginning of the New World Era, the Age of Aquarius. According to the Mayans, the world began on August 11, 3114 before Christ, and the cycle would last for 5,125.36 years, and December 21, 2012 marks the end of the said Mayan cycle. There are numerous predictions what might happen on this fateful prophetic date, such as solar flares, earthquakes, and tsunamis. Some people believe it is the time of major disasters, changes in space, and mythical unknown planets invading our galaxy. Some conspiracy theories say that there will be a great, tremendous, and strange galactic alignment. While religious people believe that December 21 is the second coming of Christ. But then again, what others believe or what you and I believe in terms of what might happen come December 21 is irrelevant. The real essence of this prophecy is for us to seize and live each day to the fullest, for we are never certain what tomorrow may bring. The world is changing, and so are we. No matter what faith or religion we belong to, this sacred and ancient universal knowledge is something we all must learn to respect and hopefully value. This is Chris Dumasis for Chris Unlimited.